Since you guys really liked the video on Undertale, I decided to do one about Deltarune. So, could a real human survive Deltarune? Now, making the rules for Undertale was already kinda tough, but Deltarune was even harder. Still, I managed to do it, so let's just get into them. Rule number 1, I'm not replacing anyone from the fun gang, and I'm just there with them, which means the prophecy is adjusted to fit me in. Number 2, the fights work like they worked in my Undertale video. Rule number 3, falling into Dark Worlds won't give me fall damage, but falling in them will. Rule number 4, I'm the only one to whom real life logic applies. Number 5, the food in Dark Worlds can't heal my injuries, and neither Susie nor Ralsei can heal me. Rule number 6, I just get 1 life. And rule number 7 is actually for you guys. If you like this video, please subscribe, it really means the most. Alright, so with the rules out of the way, let's see if I could survive Deltarune. Chapter 1. The story starts as always. Alphys tells Chris to get chalk with Susie, and I somehow end up tagging along. Oh, some parts of this video are gonna sound so fanficky, aren't they? Anyway, we fall into our first Dark World, and let's just say I'm with Chris from the start. After a bit of puzzle solving and finding Susie, we hit one of the most problematic Deltarune mechanics of this video. The slides. Especially this one. Whereas the other slides often look relatively safe, this one just does not. It looks dangerous, like really dangerous. Chris actually even falls down at some point, which means we would probably also fall down at some point. And on top of that, we don't know how steep the slide actually is. Still, I think I could make a decent case for surviving this slide with a few light injuries, or maybe even none at all. Then we meet Ralsei. He tells us about the prophecy, and after that, we meet Lancer, a Prancer, the one in blue. And the fight with him is not a problem whatsoever. I would even say that the whole field section is also really easy to survive. Same with the Scarlet Forest. Honestly, the only thing worth mentioning is that I could probably skip some puzzles. These spikes seem pretty easy to jump over. So anyway, Lancer betrays us, we're in the castle, and Susie frees us. Then we navigate through the castle till we meet Roxaruso's card, and eventually fight the king. Luckily for me, Deltarune fights are way easier to survive than Undertale fights, since the attacks are aimed at the whole team and not just me. Overall, I'd say this chapter is pretty easy to survive for average Joe, and the chances I'd survive it are like 90%. But this was just the beginning. Things start to get really spicy when we get to Chapter 2. The first noteworthy thing in Chapter 2 are these spinning cup sections. Mainly this part. First of all, I would have to stand in the middle of each platform to avoid getting dizzy. Then I would have to run and jump over onto the next platform and repeat that 2 times. Luckily for me, these platforms don't spin that much, and I think I could survive this section. After that, we have the bumper car fight, which I'm pretty sure Queen would make one, especially for me. Huh? The fight itself would be tough, but the real problem would be the fall after the fight. Or would it? Even if we assume that the fall is like 300 feet, if I fall near the rest of the fun gang, I should be relatively safe, because a pile of soft trash can break a fall in real life, especially one this big. And the trash probably is soft. We see cardboard boxes near the pile, and you could even argue that there are spam letters in there, since computer trash makes you think of spam. After that, I get to choose whether to go with Susie and Ralsei or Chris and Noelle. Honestly, it doesn't matter that much, but going with Susie and Ralsei feels a bit safer. So I'll pick them. Then some stuff happens and Queen traps Chris, Susie, Berdly and Noelle in cages. Me and Ralsei though get made into butlers, because she ran out of cages, and that's cool. Yeah, me as a butler. Later we reunite with our team, we dodge some fire from Queen's paintings, and face a difficult choice. Should I go with Ralsei and Chris, Susie, or Berdly? I think I would actually go with Ralsei and Chris. Oh yeah, I forgot. I completely forgot that the green stuff here is battery acid, which is super dangerous to inhale. No, I won't be able to meet Robux card. No. Okay, so yeah, going with Razzie and Chris would basically mean instant death. In that case, I'd choose Birdly. We don't know exactly what he does here, but I'd assume it's way safer than inhaling battery acid. As for the Queen fight, this fall would be hard to survive, but since I would have been with Birdly and Noelle, Queen would have probably captured me like she did with Birdly. So it's really probable that I wouldn't even have to fight her and I would miss the fight like Noelle and Birdly. In general, this chapter is way harder to survive than chapter 1, and I would say that only about 35% of people could actually make it through. Chapter 3. This chapter is really easy to survive, except for a teeny tiny problem, but we'll get to it. We meet Tenna, play TV time The Legend of Tenna, which is very safe, at least for me, cause the fights take place in-game, and I wouldn't be transported into the game to fight the enemies, probably. So I would get off scot-free. Then we have a cooking show, which again, it's relatively safe. And after that, we have to play The Legend of Tenna again. What's worth noting is that we meet Rolls-Royce car again. And we have a rock concert. You know what would be funny? Imagine if I just started singing Raise Up Your Butt in a Razzie cosplay. Come follow me into the dark with your heart as the ark which shall guide you the way. Because I'm with you in the dark with your heart as my mark. Alright, where were we? Oh, after the concert, we run away from Tenna. Then we do some unimportant stuff. And Robust Carnival gets dumped by El Nino and La Nina. Then everybody leaves, Tenna gets angry, we get some lore, and we fight him. And I'd say the fight with him is manageable. So we beat Tenna, and we get to our teeny tiny problem. The Roaring Knight. I mean, he literally one-shots everybody. I mean, does he?
Yo, I know the Roaring Knight's pronouns are they, them, but in this section of the video, I refer to them as he/him. I don't know why, but I do it, and I don't want to re-record that part, so keep that in mind.
First of all, we could get the Shadow Mantle, which would allow me to take more than just one hit. And second of all, you literally can't die in this fight, in game. It's a fight meant to be lost, and due to the bizarre nature of this fight, I'd say my chances of surviving it are a coin toss. And I actually think the fight would be easier to survive for me without the mantle. Taking on one attack and then immediately after fainting seems way less dangerous than taking lots of attacks without fainting. So because I said the fight was a coin toss, this chapter's survivability rate is 50%. Chapter 4. With all chapters to this point going relatively well, this one is a no-go from the start. Literally, at the beginning we'll fall like 100 feet, and the fall is so huge that in fact, even Chris needs healing, and he doesn't seem to suffer from fall damage at all. And what's worse, even if this fall was survivable, we would literally have to fight a Lovecraftian horror at the end of this chapter, which, no, we would not beat the Titan, okay? Alright, maybe the Fangang would, but I just wouldn't survive it. So, they would survive and I wouldn't. And just for fun, let's list all the things in this chapter that would kill me. Every one of these climbing sections, night in the beginning, literally every moment with the Titan, Sans dancing with Toriel. Oh, that's it. I thought there would be more. But even though I didn't actually survive this chapter, I will still make videos on the later ones when they release. Wanna know why? It's because I don't need to be there for every chapter. Like, I could just say I got sick right before chapter 4, so I wasn't able to be in the dark world. And boom, that's how I survived. Clever, right? And that's it for today's video. Don't forget to subscribe.